And welcome back. Saturday morning, 10:05. Sales sourcing picture video. Really hope I put a good song playing to go along with that. Stop it. All right. So as we notice here, I'm going into these pictures. So, well, the book is all the way down on the bottom. We'll get to this last. We'll go over what sold. So yesterday, the sales that went out yesterday, so it would have been from Thursday to Friday, screenshot. It wasn't enough for a video, so I got a screenshot of the tablet with it like this, and they can get most of the info. And since there was only 6 or 7 that went out, it's like $160. Today is 183 in sales, 178 product costs received, 7 going out. All right, let's find out what they are here. First, we have this Football Power and Glory Football CD 32. I find these often enough, not really a whole lot, but I do find them. They are $30, a little more. This one, so I can find a date stamp. Oh, so I just got this one. This actually ended up in the back of a box. So, of course, you're going to do that, tablet. So this is in the back of box 23, like all the way in the back where the older ones would be. So that's why it made me kind of look at it. So I don't know why it was back there. Got shuffled around. Either way, 24 sealed Ray Bolts, volume 1 and 2. This cool jig and fixture handbook. Remember in the sourcing video, I talked about it a little bit. Maybe I got this at the Salvation Army in Colorado Falls, Talmadge. Right now, I'm not remembering exactly where I got it at. However, good book, $60, 60. Jonathan and Antoni, 19. Just got this one. Just listed. I mean, I've had it for like a week, maybe a little more. Black Book DVD, 14. Enya CD, 12. So most likely I got this at Lee Road Goodwill, so I probably paid like 70 cents total for it. Enya is not one that would really buy much of. However, sealed stuff, always look up. And then, although when you scan and you see that used or non-sealed are $4 or $5, when you hit new and you see all of a sudden they're $15, $20, sealed stuff, always look them up. Another one of these Rocket catalog books. This one went for 15, so I have one more identical list left, and then probably like 10 more of these types of books left. All right, so that's all of it. That's all of that stuff that's going out. And we will get to what I sourced, so I don't need this tablet anymore for that. So these came from the Goodwill. There's 4 CDs in here. I don't remember which ones there are. There's 1068 at the Goodwill, 249. I believe I explained that in the video where I was going through like 600 DVDs, except I didn't go through 600. So I went through the rest of the boxes, the other 2 boxes. Now I have all of that separated, and now all I'm going to do is just pull 100 on top of the action adventure and just make an action adventure lot and put that one out there when the sale starts. So when the sale starts, I can price things regularly as I would. and then start getting that out. And then my better looking at it look like I should have close to 100 for another at least action or a thriller suspense, and then might have enough for like a family, young adult, comedy, things like that. So I'll get to that when the time comes. And then at um, Discovery Shop, it was $6.40 right here. And so that's going to be all but the 4 items. So if we just take these 1, 2, 3, 4, assuming that's these, that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items I got there. So again, like 50 cents average on that, mainly because books and CDs at half off makes them 25 cents each, and then DVDs would have been $1. All right. So nothing really spectacular popped off. It was just more bread and butter. I think there's even like a $10 one in here somewhere, but when I'm paying a quarter as opposed to like $2, that's where some of those 9, 10, 11, $12, 9, 10, 11, that's where those usually come from, is places where I'm going to get these things for 50 cents, 25 cents. If a CD is $2.50, no, it's got to get pretty darn close to $20. All right. So most of all these things, besides the one, is going to be 15 plus. So I'm not even really going to name any prices. This is GNX. So if you're familiar with the Grand National or the Regal, the 1980s Grand National with the 3.8 turbo in it, that's a GNX. So little interesting tidbits about the Grand National. When it came out, just for being a V6, was beating Porsches, was beating Jags and BMWs on the road and track tests, right? So it was a powerhouse car, and I think the GNX was the very, very last one of them, and then that's when they bumped it up to like 300 horsepower for a V6. So if you're into cars, interesting. And then GMC continued that in the line of the truck and SUV with the Cyclone and Typhoon, and those were monster. I mean, for a V6, for a 4,000, 5,000 pound vehicle, just sitting there, just spinning tires. Fun rides on them. And I think for the GNX, I think McLaren actually helped with the body and the suspension and steering. So enough about that, but that's probably a $15, $20 CD. Lords of Acid, $15.20. Post Malone, I think it's a 2-disc. Whoops, looks like it. Yes, 2-disc, Post Malone, $15.20. Gary Mulligan, German press. So when you scan this one, they come up, I want to say like $15, but the German press is a little more, $25 maybe, made in Germany. Why do I keep doing the synchronous some with that? So anyhow, I was trying to do a banjo, but Elmer Bird. If you saw a guy and you're talking to him, and he says his name is Elmer, probably guess he plays a different kind of guitar, like a sitar or banjo or something. Like, yeah, what's your name? My name is Elmer Bird. I'll play the banjo. Soundtrack, $15.20. Actually, I think this one's a tad less. But when I'm paying 25 cents. 10th Avenue North, nothing spectacular about the CD. It does sell for about $8. However, it is signed, so that does bump this up like $20 plus. It's signed 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Return of the Incredible Machine. It's a PC game, and all that it shows on the back is pinball. So I don't know on exactly what it is. Maybe it's like one of those mousetrap type machines, and I forget there was an actual technical term of what those are called. But that one, 15, 20 bucks. Carmen, 15. Remember, this is more specifically 15. Again, you can tell, religious singer. Now I'm jumping in the twilight zone. Oh, wrong one. Radar love, it got me. It's my golden earring, man. Oh, I was trying to line it up just right. Here we go. Radar love. It's all 15 bucks. This is probably over 20 DVD. Bright Young Things. Nothing comes up on scan. Strangely for such an old one, and it probably it's probably 15, 20 bucks. Sidney Sheldon something with is that Brooke Shields? Sure, it's Brooke Shields. And wow, Vanessa Williams. Brooke Shields. Interesting. All right. 15, 20. This is the better one of them all. This is probably a little over 30 bucks. So this is a specialized instructional, specialized training. And with the line of horses, we have Your Pony Book by Herman Wiederhold. And you can definitely tell on when this one was printed, or made at least. Definitely that late 70s or late 60s up to mid 70s. Let's see. $2 back then. Good God, that was a lot of money. This was 1966. And it's only like 15, 20 bucks. You know, it's enough to where, yep, it'll work. All right, so now we'll get to these pictures. So that's that stuff there. Again, paid, what, 16, 17 bucks maybe? For probably still $1 average. All right, so I'm going to put more of these pictures up here. There's a couple more. I'll go over here, and then I'll extend over to the far end of the wall. So this one here, that one there, that one there, which I have that book of unicorns as well. This one here, this one here, and a little back on it, and that one there. So I'll probably put the human ones, or the human and human-like ones right here, and then the other ones over there. And then these lights will get moved a little. One light will be more, well, I have it angled so this light, because I have the two light bars right here. I have it angled so that's not blasting and you're not watching it. It's just that big light right there. One will go pretty much right above this way, going long ways. And then another one will be more right around here. However, I figured out it's just how I moved them around, and that's how they ended up for now. And I can have them like that so I can have the video. So if you paid a little bit of attention to one of the videos where I said that I emailed Workman Publishing to find out if I can use these pictures, the email itself acts as the intent. The other part of the email, the person responding was stating that she can't find this exact book under their publishing. And I'm like, well, it's Workman Publishing. That's what it is. You know, you have the ISBN. And then eventually she goes, we can't find it. I'm like, I don't know what, I didn't say that, but I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you can't find it, it's Workman Publishing. I already threw out the rest of it, but Workman Publishing. I threw out so I already tore all the pages, obviously. Tore all the, and then there's a bunch more pictures that I'm just going to rotate throughout time. I'm going to say there's a bunch more. Definitely looks like we're stuck in the 80s. There's just a whole bunch, another spaceship. Guy in the swamp of sadness chasing eyeballs, I guess. So I don't really want to give too much of these away. And then there's going to be ones like this that if I were to post up there, I just don't want to have anyone be like, oh, there's Tata's. Take his entire channel down. I don't want that to happen. And I definitely wouldn't want something like that because somebody's going to be like, that guy practices talking to Satan. Take his channel down. I don't want that to happen. So things that are less as extremely... Oh, wow. Gonna look on who that's supposed to look like. A little phallic, isn't it? And a lot of spacecraft. Some more tatas. But. Oh, that's kind of pretty. All right, so then there's a handful more of them. Upside down T-Rex in space. All right, so when I was emailing the individual, I was like, hey, there's about 700, and then there's all kinds of pictures on the back as well. So, like, there's like, I don't know, 300 or so pictures total at a given time. I'll probably use like 10 or 12. That percentage would fall under fair use. Do you believe it falls under fair use? And she goes, write something like, yeah, just you can go ahead and use this email as permission to use it. Okay, and then I'm back in my head thinking, like, well, you can't find it in your stuff, but she's like, so these aren't going to stay up long, and they'll probably be up for a couple months or so, a handful of months. And the main thing that she said is reference the book. So where I got these pictures from is Tomorrow and Beyond by Ian Summers, 1970s print by Workman Publishing. So every once in a while when I add some, or when I rotate these around, I'll just be like, yep, I got these from Tomorrow and Beyond by Ian Summers, Workman Publishing book. So I'm giving credit to the book. Okay. Yeah. That's that, I guess. So we're at 17 minutes. Oh, actually, I can see my timer now. The timer's, well, the backdrop is white. So as for today, probably just going to go run down to Habitat. Haven't been there in probably a month. Then go down to Savers. My daughter wants to go out thrifting. She's getting more and more into CDs, so which I guess is interesting because whatever she gets and she doesn't like anymore, I can post it online or put it in a lot, something like that. Make money back that I'm spending. So, yeah, that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you saw, like what you heard, like what you learned. Finding inventory for inexpensive definitely helps out. We'll go with that. All right. Tell me anything you're going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. Those are all free. They help me, help you, so we can help other people learn about physical media, selling it on eBay. Appreciate it. Thank you.